guys, Puppet here, and here's the story thing that I said. Now, this might never be uploaded. It might. Oh, the program was a failure. People forget this. It was a massive flop. The coders started adding name strings to the AIs as a joke. Thomas AT 23612 wasn't special. It was just an AI in the right place at the right time.
Thomas was alone. Wow. A weird first thought to have.
I've played this game many a time. I love it. I'm glad I chose this to do story stuff on it, because the story is so amazing. It's a minimalism game, a minimalist indie game. It's amazing. Oh wait, I'm not supposed to jump yet.
Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity. 1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing.
The music is great. It's just a great game.
Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block.
Think,
damn it, think. What if there was some kind of
inverted fall?
Some way to... what's the word? Jump. It worked! Thomas had solved the great inverted fall mystery.
Now, okay. Now I'm supposed to be talking about a story. This story, it wants Thomas to win. The way it's said, you're Thomas.
Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently.
I missed it. Shh. Okay. Yeah, the world was pushing him. You're getting the emotions of Thomas. And Thomas was alone. It's a catch. Now, I'm doing journalism in school right now, and I hate it. But I do like it. A catch. Thomas was alone. Platformer. Let's go. Platformer puzzle. And I just love this game as well.
This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment.
It's made out of
He was starting
squares.
to suspect it might even be doing so on purpose.
Paranoia.
Now
Now what you have to do is you have to pay attention to everything. Because a good story takes something from the beginning, puts it at the end. Like some theme, and it will always be there.
Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere.
And here it is.
He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right.
That's the word.
Which might, or might not, be important.
Up and to the right. Now, I already played this game, and I played it once, along with the, Benjamin part, and I just love this game. It gets sorta confusing, and I'm probably gonna, like, spend 10 hours on a puzzle that I already did, but... Okay, so stories. I'm gonna be writing a book, so I'm gonna need to know how to write a story.
But Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills.
One step ahead.
It had been
Why am
designed.
I lagging? Should I be lagging?
Just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No. Too obvious.
Yeah, this is just a code. It's set inside a...
Something about the boiling, toxic,
Oh,
glowing
try to
water
become sentient, I
intimidated
guess.
Thomas.
Oh yeah.
He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it.
No,
He made another mental note. 4. Water. Not good. To be avoided.
And I think this is the second kit now. That's
the loneliness was getting to Thomas.
Right now? Yeah.
No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that.
Yeah, he just continues on up and to the right. It's sad. Very sad. It's a sad story. It ends on a note of honor and justice, I guess. Not really. But it's a wonderful game. Oh, it's next because it's every 10.
Theory. The world was
One sec!
He could feel himself getting smarter.
Sorry, the police
There
are
was a mental
after me.
list to consider.
Or sentient AI squares.
Seconds
I'm not sure.
since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper.
Now I think should I just stop here?
Was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
Or maybe I should do 2 chapters, because this took like 4 minutes. Yeah, next character. Next line of quotes that you can read. I submitted hundreds of bug reports. I told the idiot that this would happen. Overlapping scripts. More than one AI was bound to be spawned into an environment at some point. Turns out I missed the point. That little error changed everything. Luke Russell.
Chris took an immediate and deep dislike to his
Chris.
skinny red rectangle. Who the hell did this Thomas think he was? Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but
he'd
held his own.
sentient.
He'd even been
This is how
graceful at
he
times.
thinks. He's been graceful.
Well, not technically graceful. It's probably the wrong word, but you know, fine.
Fine.
There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
Yeah, so jumping is really the mechanic here. Right now, there are more mechanics as it goes on. Like 4, but it's a very fun game. It's $10 on Steam, or $9.99 on Steam. Made by Mike Bithell, narration Danny Wallace, I think. And it's a wonderful game, the best $10 I've ever spent. And boop! There's another thing. Scroll characters, number keys, switch character. I just use Q. Q's really easy for me.
This was more like it. A glowy white thing. Only Chris could get to it. Which, of course, made it all the more enticing. What would it do? What new opportunity might this switch open up to him? Grace. Another chance for Thomas to jump slightly higher than Chris. How fortunate. Seriously, this made the whole switch-pressing thing entirely worthwhile.
Yeah, it's so simple. I love it.
Good? Because, on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure. Chris couldn't shake the feeling that things had taken a significant turn for the worse since Thomas had joined him. Sure, he'd been able to piggyback his way to ever so slightly higher platforms, but where had that got him?
Well,
to ever so slightly higher platforms, which was sort of his point. Chris stared at Thomas with pure hatred. He seemed so very happy at their situation. Friends together, a brave fellowship of quadrilaterals on a quest for greatness. That would be fine. But it was all the obvious observation that Thomas was doing which grated. Every time they saw something vaguely new, Chris would hear a satisfied little from the vaulting idiot. He hoped the next portal would split them up. If only for a few levels.
So he knows it's a level, he knows it's a platformer, sort of? Motorcycles! Ruining my recording every time. And the music. I love the music. It might be copyrighted, so I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. Motorcycle. Please stop. Boop. And it jumps. Okay. Whoa. Boop. Okay. 1.6. Oh, and here's John. John's cool.
John knew. He knew that this was his chance. A moment to shine. This was game day.
John is arrogant, I guess? I don't know, show off. That's a good word.
This would not do. John needed room to show off his exceptional skills. As it was, he was trapped on the wrong side of these little dot things.
He's so tall and skinny.
Where did they come from, anyway?
But John's ability, I think it happens next level, where you can see what John can do. And you don't even know if it's a quest yet. You don't even know the actual story. You're just thoughts and emotions right now.
John inhaled the air of the open space, and it smelled of awesome.
Yeah.
Time to flex those muscles, to
he can
put his
jump
training
really
to
high.
use time to show those little dots how it was done.
But he's not the highest jumper, spoiler.
John decided to press the switch to let the little dots catch up with him. John cared for his new allies.
Yeah, huge.
You could tell from the sympathetic expression he practiced in the mirror all these years.
Yeah, a sympathetic expression that you can't really tell because he's a square. Which turns up in the plot. It's a very fun game. And I guess I'll do it after... I think this is 1.6, maybe? Boop. 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 And boop. 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 So yeah, this part, it gets remotely hard, I guess, here. I say remotely with very... Hello? Yes, ma'am. See, that was Madam President. This is the year, like, 18... No, not 18. Yes, 18,000, the year 18,000, where all the presidents are women, which isn't bad. But that was the president. I still haven't gotten 30 subscribers. And by the year 18,000, we figured out how to live immortal. 1.9. I guess I'll stop after this set. Maybe I'll read the thingy. And I think it's John who has to go up here. Yeah.
John was happy to keep helping. He felt it was important to his image that he was seen to help the little guys.
Yeah, his image. He's an actor, really. And now Chris has to get. I hate that part because Chris has to jump like that, and then Thomas has to jump on the other edge, and then Thomas has to go up like that and kill. No, not yet. No killing it. So far, they can't die. I don't think. Now, a smart way to do this puzzle is like me, which I just figured out right now. Which that's good, I guess. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I need Thomas. Now it starts getting not puzzly really, but more platformery. Platformery? That should be a word. If it's not a word, make it a word. So
he didn't mind them so much either. The red one, Thomas, had a charming way of applauding every time John jumped.
I think Thomas can do it. I hope Thomas can do it. Oh yeah, Thomas can. So, Thomas, John, Chris. Thomas, Chris, John. Thomas. Actually, that might get annoying. Oop. So another one of these. Or Chris. Thomas. Chris. Yes.
The angry orange one was less immediately likeable, but his unremitting cynicism and tutting amused John.
I failed so many times at these puzzles. It's not even that funny anymore. Because, Thomas, please, I just want to jump, Thomas. There. So to that puzzle, I think there's one more level and then I'm done. But we're just feeling thoughts and emotions, and you already love these characters, really. Oh, the hardest puzzle ever. Blech.
This was interesting. A floating target. This would require coordination, balance, and timing.
I guess I'll do Tom.
John was sure the dots would be lost, but he was happy to guide them to triumph.
Oh, really? I forgot about that? Okay. Well, you're supposed to go like that. John goes in the middle. I never actually failed at that. I don't know why I didn't. It takes... Maybe it's hackers. Boop. 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 Oh, hey, I did the jumpy thingy. That's a bit weird. Where, like, there's like a little thing. Sometimes you, like, do like a little bounce. Which it becomes important. At one point, yeah, little bounce.
Maybe that's what the dots were for. They were there to extend John's reach, to make his performance even more impressive. John liked the thought. He decided to keep them.
Yeah, he's like arrogant, sort of. He needs to be humbled. Which does happen at one point. And 3, 2, 1. End of level, and I'll read the thingy. Because I'll never see that again. The initial group possessed simple variations in size and strength. More complex configurations were inevitable. As the era spread, these variations became increasingly extreme. Author of Life instanced. Oh, I'll do this part. Because...
This was how Claire would die.
This is Claire.
She knew it would
It's
happen
really
eventually.
sad for her.
She was rubbish at jumping, and she moved slowly. She felt a little like her continued existence was breaking some kind of natural order. The crumbling pillar was a dramatic death, she supposed.
Very, very dramatic. And
Wait.
this part.
What? Claire couldn't shake the feeling that she was not, in fact, dead. It was at that moment that Claire realised she had superpowers.
Claire's the only one that can do that. Well, guys. Name. Oh, it's all purple now. Now, this should all be locked, but it's not. Okay, whatever. Is this locked? Nope. Whatever. Anyway, guys, if you could tell the story, I love the story. The story is some guy goofed around, made an AI called Thomas AT123, blah blah blah. And then it was more like a virus and spread, made Chris, John, Claire, who was more complex. Instead of just having a variation in size, she was the only one that was invincible to the only thing at that time that could kill them. She was helping a superhero in her mind because she was sentient, like Freddy Fazbear or Bonnie the Bunny. So I think I'm on Origin. It did spawn an array, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. If I keep doing 2, that should be 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Something like that. It starts at 0, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But oh, this one's funny. We'll get that later, but that one's funny. So, anyway, guys, Puppet here, and if I get 30 subscribers, this will be uploaded, and if I don't, well, I guess this will just stay unlisted for maybe later, when I'm older. Anyway, guys, Puppet is out.